Hey y'all, it's time for a blog. Don't want to hear it, but you're watching it. Okay, let's stop. But nah. How everybody doing? Today's truth, no. I want to talk about the root of division and don't be crippled. Hopefully, I just want to just attack the areas, let it be fast, nothing too long. This is for something worldwide across the United States, but also pertaining in Savannah, Georgia. Where I currently reside. I want to speak on the root of division. If you're not from Savannah, Georgia, you can look up the history. That this is a very historic place where a lot of tourists come. This is where a lot of slaves were brought in from Africa. A lot of African Americans, are here. And right here in Savannah, Georgia, downtown city market and everything, this is where a lot of slaves were sold. What you have to understand now, today, division goes on so much with our black communities because we were taught division from the get go when we came here. We were bought at a price and we were sold like nothing. You had mothers and fathers, children, everything being sold to different, plantation owners. A man had to see his mate be sold off, never see her again. Had to see their children be sold off and never see them again. That has caused a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, things they didn't understand because here we were, we were in Africa minding our business, whatever. And we were, captured and brought over here. So it was a lot of hurt. The way they brought us over in slave ships, our ancestors, and the things we went through being sick, being around feces, being thrown overboard when you were dead. So it's a lot of pain that comes with the history. And it was brought here. And when you're sold from your family and they have taught you division, unfortunately, sometimes that has been passed on. That's why we are so divided now. You can also look up research, history about, how some slaves or abolition leaders, came here to free some slaves and, threw curses on, the slave owners or, on the city because there was so much heartache here. A lot of those curses have backfired today. That's why there is a spiritual warfare going on. Territorial demonic demons that have taken over our city. A lot of violence is getting stronger. A lot of violence is occurring out of nowhere. It's a lot of closed mindedness here. But like I said, it begins with the history and the root of it. That's why you have to learn history and pay attention. No, they're not going to teach you everything in these Georgia schools about the real deep history, the very deep history that we need to know. That's why you have to do your own research because it's a lot of things that they didn't want to put in the American context. They made sure they told us about Christopher Columbus and all that irrelevant stuff. But you need to learn your history about your city. It's a lot that you need to know. I wasn't born here. I've been coming here since the age of 2, back and forth. But I've always been into history and learning. I open up my mind. I've never been closed minded. Don't know how to be, don't know what that is. Unfortunately, it's a lot of people that are. So, division, that is where it began. And yes, it's taking apart today. We have to come together as a whole, blacks and also other cultures. But it's so much division because we were taught that. But you have to get out that mind frame and we have to stick together because right now, within 2 weeks, we have had, which may be is nothing compared to Chicago and Philly and Detroit and LA, which could have, 20 shootings in 24 hours. Seriously, one day. Here it is, but for it to be so small here, we have had 18 shootings in less than 2 weeks. That's an issue. It just kills me how the city, they'll put all this money up for tourists to come and fix on the city for the tourists, but they need to be putting this money into some programs for these young men and young women and these children. I mean, it's not even just about race of all colors to give them something to do because we won't have tourists if this crime continues to go on. People are not going to want to come visit the so-called beautiful city. You know what I'm saying? It just kills me how tourists be like, oh, the history is beautiful. What the hell is so beautiful about the history? They sold slaves here. I guess that's something I would never understand. But anyways, it's a lot more hard and it's a lot more that y'all need to research and find out yourself about your own city. Also, like I said, that division is playing a part in crime and a lot of things going on. Let me tell you what else is playing a part. Being crippled. And this is not to diss because I am a product of coming off of welfare and Section 8 and everything. My mother just worked hard and beat the system and didn't let it cripple her and stayed on Section 8 and housing. She weaned herself off. And it's like almost a thing here. You have children, you get on government assistance, and a lot of people get stuck and they get comfortable. One thing I remind y'all, anything that the government gives, they will take. Keep in mind. They have budget cuts and they always in fear of budget. Don't think for once a budget cut won't come in and they won't cut it off if they need to be, because at the end of the day, they don't care about us. Katrina was a prime example when the storm hit, how long it took them to get to us. Keep that in mind. When people correct y'all swear, oh, they think they better, but open up your minds to truth and stop thinking that everybody's looking down on you, because it's not. People trying to awaken your little small minds and open up your mind to push to have something because they want you to feel divided. Number one, and to be stuck. Number two, I'm sick of y'all crippling each other. I'm sick of the black men going at it with each other. It's not no longer the white men's fault or nothing. It has nothing. It's us. Y'all are each other's biggest enemies, and y'all down each other. You can't outshine the next one without it being a problem. He trying to front, whatever. Work hard and have whatever you want to, but stop kicking each other down. And number two, stop jumping in the dope game. I'm gonna tell you something. When you know about hustling, when you jump off that porch, you are at risk of, yeah, you get good money. You take a risk of taking a loss. You may get bammed up by the police. You may get robbed. You can even get killed. And you may even go to prison for a long time of the rest of their life. But these are the things that you already know about. So when you jump in the dope game, have in your mind, you know the consequences. So when you go down, you can accept it like a man, because all that snitching, that's not right. That's why we don't have a village to raise our children, because when you go down for something that you should have been responsible for, you want to snitch and let them interrogate y'all and mention everybody else's name. And now, instead of just you taking the charges, well, your other brothers could have been out here taking care and raising your children. At least they would have had some type of male figure in their life. Now we have all the black men gone, and now your little sons and your little daughters have mothers that are single parents. And guess what happens? The cycle repeats itself again. And then now they're growing up in their home and they see their mothers having a hard time being a single mother, so they jump off in these streets and they're out here and the cycle repeats. So hold down your own waiter. If you're not about that life or ready to jump off that porch, then don't do it. If you're going to tell on your whole entire village, y'all killing each other, y'all breaking our community. I'm just being real. Work hard, have something. Then if you can't handle that type of lifestyle without being a man and taking your own responsibility, running your mouth and telling on everybody else, it's not a good look. We're leaving our children abandoned again and again, and it's a cycle repeating itself. Stop it. Females, stop making it so easy for a man to move in your home and make him codependent. And he gets so comfortable being with you when you hand over your car keys so easily. And then when you get mad and he don't do something your way or cheat, you want to kick him out, or you want to take the car keys. And now guess what? He's out here lost again. A lot of these young men already don't have father figures in their lives. You know what I'm saying? And some of them really just searching for love. No matter how much a man may act hard, they have pride. They're not going to tell us. Some of them deal with their mothers who have had different men in and out their homes, bring man after man in, or have put them out because they moved a man in. You feel me? So then they get with you, they think they got something real sometimes. And yes, they make mistakes, but don't make it so easy. Love cannot be bought. Make them work. You are supposed to be a backbone, not a backbreaker. And y'all are crippling a lot of our young men as well too. Like I say, I be fair. I take everybody's side. I speak from both points of views, but it's so much division. Y'all get mad at these boys, and some of y'all, the money was all good when you was getting that dope money. You get mad at him. Oh, you want to call his probation officer. You want to tell the police on him. And you got him bammed up. And he got caught with his work and everything. And now he in prison and you act like you winning. And now you wondering why you going through what you going through, because you don't get blessings for being wicked and doing things with, a wrong heart. You get good things when you do good things. So I just want to just straight hit that, narrow that down, nail that to the cross, very plain and simple. I'm not going to go over 10 minutes, but meditate on that. My black community, please open your minds all around the world. Stop being each other's enemy. Do you hear what I tell you? Because it's part of the system in the plan. It was always designed for us to be divided. They send y'all black men away to prison because once they see that you are capable of doing numbers and making that big money selling dope, you are capable of having your own business. And they never wanted to see a black man succeed. Use your mind. Be wiser. Put your guns down. Be here to raise your children. Y'all love each other and do better. God bless.